All right, guys, welcome back to Persona 5. Last time we met in Persona 5, if I remember correctly, we ended up
Oh,
going to Takami's office, but I never actually ended up talking to her.
huh?
So this time around, though, instead of doing, Takami is a confidant, so this is actually the start of her confidant. Basically, what you need to have, I believe, in order to start the confidant is to have a certain amount of guts to even ask her for the medicine.
Oh,
And then when you do, she'll lock you in,
what are you trying to do?
and she will, and she knows that you eavesdropped on her previous conversation with him. I mean, with her, with that guy. So basically, what will happen now is she will make a deal with you. You have to test out her medicine and make sure it works, or and she'll give you the medicine, and she'll give you different enhancements to our medicine. S- Um, so that's basically the structure of her confidant. It will change though once we get to later parts. She does have a mementos request, and she
Huh?
does have a and her arc is very interesting. I won't really get into depth with it because you'll be watching it here. I won't really talk about what's going on the confidant because you can read. I hope. I'm just kidding. I mean, I will point out what's happening, but she's not
Take
the one.
care.
She's not a confidant I could really care about. She's just there to me. She's my medicine person. Another reason though I like her, but I do like her confidant in terms of what she gives us, because she gives us discounts on medicine while also giving us new items, and she does have a SP regenerative item that I'm going to be using for Joker because it is broken. It breaks the game in half, honestly. Why am I taking so long to respond? So I believe the structure of this part will be me doing a few days of confidant stuff, and then just general stuff of being a human being. And then I think I end it by going to the palace, but not actually doing anything, because this whole week is dedicated to the palace. We will be see how I generally will be approaching this, judging from the schedule I have. Basically the moment, like a few days after the deadline starts, I will immediately go into the palace and do all of it in one sitting, if possible, mind you. Like, I will be trying to get the palace done as early as possible.
Did you change your mind?
Oh my god. Oh. I wonder what she made us drink. Or what we drank in the first place. It cuts to the game over screen and just that's it. It's like, wow, you seriously did that.
Good evening. Do you remember anything from the moment you took the medicine until now?
Yeah, usually the voice acting for
Hmm.
Confidants doesn't
By
kick
the look
in
in your
either till
eyes,
the
I
beginning of the
see.
Confidant or the
You
end of the
briefly woke from
Confidant.
your coma, but you were completely dazed during the entire examination. You eventually lost consciousness and fell back asleep. Are you out of your mind? Only an idiot would have drank that.
Well, my intelligence is at level 5, lady,
Fine.
so calm
Anyway,
down.
the reason you lost consciousness was because of the taste. It produces
Really?
a foul smell when it mixes with gastric juices, similar to surströmming. Oh well. All that matters is that thanks to you, I was able to get some good data. Okay, it's my turn to make good on my part of the deal. That's why I waited until you woke up. I don't want the general public to know about my original medicines. So you're strictly prohibited from disclosing what happens here to anyone. Understood? Then it's a deal. As long as you come here for it, I'll give you the medicine at a good price whenever you want. I may even add additional selections in time. I look forward to your continued...
I don't know why they worded it like you have a choice of other places you can get medicine. You really can't. There's vending machines, but those are really cheap and only give really crappy benefits. Like, this is literally the only place you can go for medicine. In fact, that's just kind of how it works for all Persona games. You only have the one medicine place.
Considering all the actions you've taken, you must have had someone with medical expertise. Who? And how did you treat your wounds? It'll be easy to find out who if we look into this, you know.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that
So yeah,
taketh thy
also
children
another thing
captivity.
New Game Plus introduces for
With the
you
birth of the
is in New Game
Persona,
Plus,
I
all of your
have obtained
social
the
link
wings of
benefit,
blessing that
most of
shall
the social
give
link
freedom
benefits
and new
remain when you start their confidant again. So theoretically, I already have the highest discount for I have all the items for the clinic already ready to buy, and I already believe I already have a big discount on them. So
Oh. You don't remember that part either? Well, I was saying that teenage test subjects are quite valuable in the medical research industry. So I'll provide you the medicine for your entrance exams, and in exchange, you'll be my guinea pig. I have to perfect this medicine. If you're able to move now, you can go home. All right. Take care. Bye.
oh, and yes, every time you hang out with Takumi, you do get a slight increase in guts. So keep that in mind when you're doing this. But again, as I've mentioned, I don't really need that because I'm already at high guts. I am at the highest guts thing, and I don't think you can go any higher. So, you know. And that will probably be the structure of most of my Persona playthroughs, maybe except for 3 and 4. And obviously 1 and 2 because they don't even have the social system in the begin with. What am I doing? Oh, I'm cleaning the room. Yeah, but like if you see me like stopping for a second, that's actually like me just standing there for a split second. That's actually me like looking at the schedule to know make sure to know what to do before I actually do it, because you know I don't want to click the wrong thing and end up screwing myself over.
Oh, nice. Well then.
And yeah, we go to sleep because we cleaned our room. Productiveness. I think on 420 I go to the palace. Nice. Oh, so now they're explaining the social stats system, even though we've kind of already explained it. But, you know, they basically essentially say, well, you need guts, and, well, they actually explain how to get a girlfriend in the game, you know. Oh, and also reading books helps you. They basically tell you how to get social stats up, how and what they would do for you. So basically, so you can read books, watch certain movies, and I think even play video games to get social stats up. So that means I have all my social stats up to max, right? In real life? Is that how it works? No? Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, books are great. Totally not biased because I'm a writing major.
Let's get started. Try to answer this. This is it. You do know.
You know, technically, you know, we just saw Joker just say, "This is it." So meaning, what did he point at it too? Like, I kind of just wish the teacher was like, "What is it? Like, what's the answer? You just said this is it and moved your hand."
Nice going.
It's just like the fact that I got to keep looking at this every time. It's annoying, but what can you do?
I see.
I do like how Morgana though does comment on the answers itself though. Whenever you like if you keep watching, he does comment on them, and it's pretty interesting to hear some of his quips about it.
Wow.
Oh, so now we have Ryuji's confidant is
Okay.
technically starting. We already did start his confidant via the palace exploration back at a couple parts ago when we went to go eat dinner with him. But now this is actually what Ryuji's confidant is going to be. Ryuji can be found right outside your class by the stairs. And oh, also you can check your confidant's location on the phone and press the square button over any of the places, and it will tell you when they're going up or when they're just there.
Want to get going?
So basically, Ryuji wants to train to get better endurance for palace infiltration.
Damn it.
Because, you know, Kamoshida broke his leg, so he hasn't been able to run due to that injury. But we'll be seeing throughout this that there's actually a lot of things going on between the track
Come
team
on, man.
for Ryuji, against Ryuji, honestly. Like, another teacher who is almost as bad as Kamoshida is going to take over. And the track team overall is just kind of rude to him now because of what Ryuji did. The main reason, though, Ryuji punched or tried to punch Kamoshida was because Kamoshida kind of went a little too far in terms of insulting him. I think he said something about his mother and father. Yeah, he brought up his mom. You know what, though? That's just kind of like a little too far, though. Not for Ryuji, for Kamoshida. You know, Ryuji punched him, but he shut down the entire track team. One person, like, that's just like excessive punishment. I hate it. It's so annoying. Because, you know, Ryuji was the one to punch him, but, you know, all the track team was shut down. Even though, yeah, Kamoshida was basically going to shut down the track team either way, honestly.
All right.
Oh, and now Ryuji can use baton passes. In fact, I think Ryuji and An are the only two that can do baton passes for me. Morgana cannot do it.
See ya.
In fact, Morgana's baton pass doesn't come up until after the end of the first palace, and it's so annoying. Because, there are times where I want to pass the baton to him, but I can't because he doesn't have it.
I've got a good idea.
Oh, okay. So Morgana can also have you train in the attic, and it will build up your strength, or it'll give you more HP for battle, which is really nice. I don't use it because there's no point, honestly. I don't see the point, to be honest. So, okay, so I'm also going to be reading a book today. Yes, reading. Remember, kids, reading. Remember, kids, read books. Anyway, in order to do anything in LeBlanc, such as studying or reading a book, you have to actively get rid of the customers. So, sometimes it'll take a few interactions with them. Like, sometimes it'll take a few interactions, just keep talking to them, and then eventually they'll say, okay, I've had enough, and then they'll go. That's generally how it works. That's also the same for making coffee or curry. So keep that in mind. I will get into making coffee and curry later. Because I think in this part, we're actually going to the palace. Because it's 4:20, right? Oh, and you can also read on the train if you've got a seat, which is very set amount. So make sure you have a book on standby at all times, so you know when you can read. There is actually an achievement for reading all the books and playing all the video games. So be ready for that. So keep an eye out. Try to do that. It's actually a pretty interesting achievement. I mean, it's not hard to get if you just follow a schedule. So keep that in mind, since reading takes time. Oh yeah, and they're talking about getting a job. Basically, getting a job gets you some extra money, but the reason we want to start getting a job in this game, though, is for Mementos requests. I know I keep mentioning Mementos requests, and we have no idea what Mementos even is. We'll find out later. So, basically, you can get a job during the day, and when Sojiro starts letting you out into Shibuya at night, you can get one job at night. So, I think that's actually... So I think I actually do a little bit of setup work before I go to the palace. The first thing I do is I think I go straight to getting a job... to the... No, I go to the library and trade in Pirate Legend to get a different book. And so that's the first thing I do. Because, when you don't pass time by interacting with shops and the library unless you're studying. But, like, if you're borrowing a book or something, you don't pass time. What am I doing? Oh, I couldn't find it? Are you serious right now? Best girl.
What is it?
Best girl. Not yet, Caleb. Not yet. I do like how Morgana does hang out of your bag a little bit, and I'm surprised no one notices him. Especially the guy who sits behind you in class.
Hey! Listen up! Now then.
I do like how, depending on the weather, they are in different positions. So if it's raining, they're over by the door.
Alright, I'm gonna bust loose.
Oh, we're going to the palace. I thought we had to do some setup work first. Oh, I know why this part's so long then.
But
We're deciding on's code name first.
What's up?
And also,
Nothing.
I believe
I
we're
was
learning
thinking we
about
should choose a
persona
nickname for you,
fusions
too.
for Joker.
A code name?
I'm Skull, he's Joker, and that's Mona.
Judging by your costume,
I mean, she's got that tail and stuff, so... What do you think?
Kitty woman.
Wait! Is that what you're going to call me from now on? I am so not down with this.
What do you want to be called then?
Something better than just a little cat. Maybe... Panther? That sounds pretty cool, doesn't it?
Huh? Why?
'Cause it sounds more... ferocious?
she's a cougar.
Don't call me that! More importantly, Kamoshida.
Oh, Morgana, no, you can't say that. We gotta teach Morgana real world terms later.
Alright, let's start fresh and get going.
It's game time from this point forward. I'll teach you guys the basics of infiltrating a palace as we go.
Hmm?
My master would like a word with you.
But why though? Why am I just standing there?
The prisoner has returned.
Well done.
You could just
It
call
seems
me
you
Akira
have remembered
Amamiya.
my words.
Or Joker. You don't have to
truly
call me
made it
prisoner.
worth rehabilitating you.
I never asked for this.
I am not attempting to withhold information from you. The essence of
Sorry, couldn't keep it in.
that you must
I'll
complete
get into it
is
later,
explained in due
towards the end of the
time.
game.
Once you encounter friends who share your aesthetics and discover your place in reality, only then will I explain it all. Such a day should not be far off. This time, I wish to introduce you to the aid we are providing.
I swear, Igor's nose gets longer and longer the more I look at it.
You can handle more than one persona. That power holds infinite possibilities. We will assist you.
Like,
with
it's just like...
that attempt. To that end,
It does it get longer the
you
more he
must
talks?
execute your persona.
It's like Pinocchio's, but unlike when he lies, it just gets longer and longer just because he's
Do
talking.
not be alarmed. Personas are personalities that exist within
Why did they
you.
give him such a long
Thus,
nose? I still
you will
question this
only
to this
be
day. I don't know why.
discarding personalities to have them be reborn as new ones.
Yeah, you could be bald and have a big nose. So this is actually where we learn about persona fusions. And theoretically, I don't have to get rid of Arsene, but I do it anyway. Arsene sucks. You literally do not need... The reason I get rid of Arsene is because you need a persona to match certain arcanas. So I needed a persona that matched the Death Arcana, which I don't really get most of anyway. But you can fuse Arsene, and actually, the dialogue for Arsene is actually really cool. Oh, I fuse Incubus instead, really? No.
Not terrible.
Oh, I'm getting a chariot. I don't know why. Oh, it's because it's at rank 2. That's
Select the skills
smart.
you'd like to
That's actually
learn.
really smart of me.
It will receive a fraction of power. Then let us begin.
Oh.
I am Arsene, the other you who exists within. Though I may disappear this moment, I shall always be at your side. We shall meet again when your fate reaches its conclusion.
I do like that. That's actually really cool dialogue because it's like In the other games, when you fuse a persona, your main persona doesn't do that. It doesn't just say, "Oh, don't worry, I'll be back." It just comes back sometimes, and it ends up being the final boss's thing. So that's actually really cool how they incorporated that. Nice little detail there. I like that. Yeah, but in this game, in Persona 3 and 4, Igor basically played Yu-Gi-Oh! In this game, Caroline and Justine straight up execute them. Guillotines, I think they use the electric chair. I think if they screw up the guillotine, they actually use a chainsaw. I feel like I'm not joking about that. But similar to grinding off screen and buying weapons and stuff off screen, you will not be seeing me fusing personas often. I will probably fuse personas every now and then, but there will be mainly I'm thinking the only time you'll really see me fusing personas is during the strength confidant.
And continue to give birth to even stronger personas. Developing your powers as such will play an integral role in the stand against ruin.
So that your rehabilitation goes well, we have a variety of rituals to choose in regard to executions. And depending on the effort you put in, our master might consider further development of new rituals. Cry your tears of joy, inmate.
No.
Your heart is steadily gaining the strength of rebellion. It seems your rehabilitation is proceeding smoothly. A joyous fact indeed. In anticipation of this, I have prepared a gift for you. I hope that you shall accept it.
So Igor is now giving us a second ability, which is Third Eye, which basically lets you see things that you can steal, which is pretty cool. You know, you get some extra yen from that, which is nice. Also, it lets you see interactable objects as a Phantom Thief, or just in general, actually. Because you can use it in the real world and in the metaverse. So it's actually a really interesting system.
That is a thief's skill. I believe you can handle it now. May you continue devoting yourself to further rehabilitation.
Now then, if you have any requests, we will heed them.
Oh, and also thanks to my Persona Compendium amount, I have a huge discount on resummoning personas.
You wish to perform fusion. Let us begin the search. You can't handle this. I see.
Oh, and you cannot fuse personas that are higher level than you. But here's what you can theoretically do. So say you have a very huge Arcana burst because of how high your what am I doing? It's the same result.
Finished? Are you finished?
So say for example, I am fusing a Chariot persona and their Arcana is at level 10. I would get so their level when I first fused them would be the same as mine, but thanks to my Arcana boost, I essentially get I could theoretically get up to level so I'm level 50, the persona I'm fusing is level 49. Well, with the Arcana burst at the end of it, it will probably be level 52 or 55, something around those lines. So, you know, it doesn't mean so yes, theoretically you can that's the Thieves Guild and stuff like that. I don't care about that. Oh, that's it. So see you guys. So the next part, we will be actually exploring Kamoshida's palace. It will be all in 3 parts, ladies and gentlemen, plus a part to send the calling card and end the palace. So the next time we meet in Persona 5, well, we're going to be exploring the palace. So I'll see you guys next time, and take care.